Alright, today we're going to be looking at the Atibal XP8. This is a budget-minded 1 to 8 variable from Atibal, and it retails for about $3.99 at this time. Overall fit and finish is excellent at this price point. I was quite surprised. The anodizing is great, the turrets and everything look good. There's none of that obvious cheapness that sometimes accompanies a Chinese manufactured product. Included in the price is the 2 flip cap covers, so that's a nice touch. And moving on to the Magnification Ring, it's a very smooth ring, very clean, very crisp with its adjustments, and it does come with a cattail, which is removable if that is your preference to run it without one. And I gotta say, just playing around with it at home, this is the first time I've had a 1 to 8x variable, and that extra magnification makes a big difference. I'm really shocked at how much I like it. Alright, moving on to the turret assembly, we have 2 cap turrets, which come off very cleanly. There's no grit noted there. We have half-minute windage and elevation adjustable turrets. They look good. The construction continues to remain fairly high quality. I have no qualms here. And the finger adjustments are positive and audible. They feel really good, very distinct. Let's move on to the Illumination Turret assembly. We're powered by a CR2032 battery, and we feature 11 illumination settings. Now the one question that will always pop up is this optic daylight bright? At this price point, you're not going to find any red dot bright optics. And yes, the Atibal is daylight bright. You can see it at full sunlight. Against the white background, it loses a bit of its pop, but against the tree line, brown targets, etc., it's quite bright. One of the brightest that I have handled. Alright, let's talk about the mount now. The TPM mount was shipped to me with the optic. Keep an eye out for specials from Atibal. They sometimes sell the optic with the mount included for the price. Right now they are separate at this time. But overall, I like the mount. Fit and finish is good, and it's finger adjustable. By pushing in the levers here, you can adjust that little nut and adjust it to however tight you need it to be against your rail. And overall, it's a pretty basic standard mount. No problems noted here. The internal assembly looked very good as well. I noticed high quality without excessive dust inside, excessive grit, nor do I see excessive sealant slathered about uncaringly. Overall, the quality and construction remains high, and this is quite surprising for this price point. Out in the field, I had a good chance to observe the qualities of the optic and the glass. It was crisp, clear, no issues here. I really like my side picture, and the central diamond does a great job of catching the eye. Field of view at 1x is 105 feet, and field of view at 8x is 12.45 feet. And for reference, this is the exact same specs as the much more expensive Burris XTR2. I'm hoping that the GoPro here captures the brightness of the reticle. It might not translate so well through this little camera here, but I'm going to do my best. The reticle features BDC drops starting from 300 at the bottom of the diamond down to 1,000 yards. Set up for 62 grain ammunition. I'm using 55 grain, and with Strelok you can see that it matches fairly closely with my 55 grain M193 velocities. Alright, let's see if the TPM mount and the XP8 return to 0. Alright, at the top right is my group right before I took the mount off and threw it down. That's a 10-round group, and I did test the click adjustment again by going down 10 clicks and then back up to get that final group. You see it's at the bottom of the top right diamond. So then after I threw the mount and the optic, I went back to shoot the bottom left diamond there, and you'll see I'm right back at the 6 o'clock of that diamond with a 5-round group. So with that, I can say I'm happy with the mount's ability to return to 0. Running and gunning with the setup was also quite easy. Having 8x magnification is really going to be a big help for anybody shooting at any distance, even 100 yards. It's so much easier to engage a target very precisely with that extra bit of magnification on top of a 4 or a 6x. I didn't notice any strange characteristics with the optic. Again, it's pretty fast up close, and out far we have that 8x to really let us touch things quite easily. Here I'm just running up to from 100 yards to a, I guess, 25-yard target at this point, and the optic performed very well. Alright, upon completion of my magazine here, I decided to get it wet. Let's see if the optic can handle some water. What I'm looking for is, of course, any water on the inside of the assembly. Okay, it is advertised as a rainproof, waterproof, whatnot. So I gave it a dip. So the optic shed the water well. There was no fogging of the internals, no water on the internals. We didn't have any issues with any submersion, and the optic remained clear. So who would benefit from the XP8? Well, it makes a great entry-level optic for new shooters looking to get into 3-gun. It makes an excellent optic for people on a budget looking to stretch out their rifle a little bit further out. Overall, the fit and finish, the quality, the price to quality ratio is pretty high on this optic, and I got to give it some thumbs up. So far, it performed my expectations, and if it holds up on long term, it'll be a nice little optic for anybody in their kit looking for a budget-minded 1 to 8. Alright, thanks for watching my review. I have a little bit more data over at my blog about this optic, a little bit more pictures. Again, thanks for watching. This is New Rifleman signing out.